Good morning, kiddos, and welcome to Conceptual Physics with me, Miss Balistreri. The goal of this video is just to introduce how this course is going to look this year. My goal is to record all of our lecture material via videos similar to this so that you guys can access it at any time online. That means if you have taken ill or had a sports game or performance, instead of having to fall behind in class, you can easily go online, watch one of these videos, and catch on up with your peers. It also means that if you maybe are a little unsure, scared of talking with your teachers yet, your teachers being me, you can easily just access this information again online as many times as you need in order to learn it. The reason I'm doing this year is because we are going to standards-based grading. I will talk more about what that means in class, but in order to help you guys perform these standards that I'm asking you, a skill set that I want you to learn, I want to practice that in class more often. So we're flipping the classroom. That means instead of me just lecturing you in the classroom, you watch these videos the night before. Then you come in and we do worksheets together or a lab together or whatever it might be that day that actually practices a skill related to the learning. We're flipping the classroom. You do your homework basically in class, you learn the material at home. My hope and my goal is to keep all these lectures, all these videos under 10 minutes. That's not a lot of time to have to learn material in. Not saying that it's going to go too fast, it's just I am not going to overwhelm you with an hour-long video of material. I'm going to break it up into reasonable chunks that are easy to learn. Your job is to actually watch them. Now, 10 minutes you can definitely fit in between the end of school and your sports practice starting. You can fit it in maybe on a drive somewhere, maybe the drive home, maybe the drive to practice, or you might even be able to come to school early enough and watch it before class. So, reasonable of me, hopefully you guys will be able to complete it as well. So the last thing I want to talk about is Schoology. I'm going to try and give you guys a little introduction, and I'm sure you'll get this in all your classes, but a little introduction to getting to Schoology. Mine's going to look a little bit different since I'm working on the teacher end of it, but I'm going to quickly flip screens here to Schoology. It's going to slowly open up, might take a while, you just got to deal with that. I have done my best to, on our courses, or at least my courses, do little thumbnails that says, hey, here is the period, and here is the subject. I know they're a little small. Let's just use 2A right now, since that's the easiest one. So Conceptual Physics 2A. When you press that, you'll be taken to our main page. I am slowly working on building up folders for each chapter or each specific week we're going through. Now, this is obviously still in summer, so not all my stuff is in here. I just tried to give you a kind of visual. So when we do our syllabus and materials, there is a whole folder for that. So if you cannot figure out what book you need or the written website doesn't seem to be loading for you, whatever it might be, you can just go in here. I have a turn-in sign syllabus here. That'll be one of your first assignments. You'll be able to upload. We'll talk about that later. And then our course materials, you just click on it. It'll open up. In this one, I tried linking everything so that you can easily access it. The one thing I really, really want to emphasize here is for the iBook. You must download that off campus. If you try and wait till the first real day of class and download it alongside all of your peers, it's not going to download. The Wi-Fi cannot handle that. If it does not fully download immediately, you actually have to take off the download entirely and sit there for, last year, there was an average about 2 hours kids tried to download it on Wi-Fi. I would not suggest that one. I'm going to go back really quick. I'm going to go to chapter 1. I tried, again, just outlining what it's going to look like. So there will be a folder where all of the videos are present. I will link them up. You can also easily subscribe probably to YouTube. I don't actually use YouTube, but I know everyone usually knows what this is. So whatever way works best for you, I will link all the videos in here. When you come into class, we will probably work through this practice work folder. Now, if you can see all the little writing, whatever is in this practice folder will not be graded. It means that you are practicing the skill. I will give you feedback But this is not your graded folder. I will put up a folder later that is graded work. So things that I actually need you to complete to show me that you have built the skill I am asking of you. The final thing you see down here is this W1 discussion. That stands for week 1 discussion. I am about to give you 3 questions that you can answer in here. So it gives you info on this upper tab right here. And then on the right tab says discussion. Now, this is lucky because it looks exactly like yours should. You're going to press this little blue plus sign right here. And in it, you are going to type up the answer to 3 questions. If you want to type it up in a different format and attach it via a file, that is fine as well. Please do not record audio. Just do a simple type up. Here are your questions. The first is, what are you most excited about this year? For conceptual physics, it's a mix between freshmen and sophomores, so answer according to your grade level. If you're most excited about entering high school for the first time, that's awesome. If you are excited about taking conceptual physics with me as a sophomore, that's awesome. Write that down. What are you most nervous about this year? If you are not nervous about science at all, that's fine. Write about something else. And then finally, what has been your favorite experience in science? Over the years, I've had enough kids say that they absolutely hate science. That's fine. Write something that is true to you. I want to know about you a little bit here. And yes, this discussion will be public to your classmates. That is fine. I want you guys to be as honest as you can be. Write more than a single word per sentence. One of our skills this year is actually going to be communication. So it's your first chance at communicating. Let people know a little bit about you. It'll help your classmates know you. It'll help me know you. And you'll kind of see that everyone has the same sort of fears and excitements when it comes to science. So I'm going to count this as an ungraded practice assignment. This will go in to your Power School, and it will show that you have either done it or not, but it will not have a score that actually affects your final grade. It's just a way to kind of see, hey, how much work are you putting in versus what is your grade going to look like? Again, this will all be a little bit more clear when we talked about standards-based grading in class, but for right now, that's kind of your goal. Watch over this video, get a little bit comfortable with Schoology, and finally write answers to those 3 discussion questions for me in the proper spot. Thank you. And if there's any questions, please do not hesitate to email me or ask me in class. I will put my email down in a little bit, and that is the end of our first video.